Welcome back, everybody. You ready to dive in?
Always ready.
All right, fantastic. Let's do it. Today, we're going deep on animal intelligence.
Ooh, fascinating topic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And you gave me these really awesome excerpts to work from this article.
Yeah.
It's called Animal Intelligence: Diverse Cognitive Strategies in Nature, which is like a mouthful. But anyway, I think this is going to be a good one. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think it really challenges us to think differently about what intelligence even is.
Right. Like when we think of intelligence, we tend to think of human intelligence.
Exactly. Like we're at the top of
Right.
the intelligence pyramid.
Right. We're number one. But this article kind of like throws their whole idea out the window.
It really does. It says that intelligence isn't a human thing. It's everywhere in the animal kingdom.
Yeah. Like different animals have evolved their own types of smarts to survive and thrive in their own little worlds.
Absolutely. They've got to solve problems. They've got to find food. They've got to, avoid becoming food.
Right. Exactly. So
Yeah.
like the way they think and learn, it's got to be like tailored to their environment. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about this article. It highlights all these different cognitive strategies that animals use.
Diverse cognitive strategies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess the first question then is like, when we think of like a smart animal, we think of like, oh, big brain, right? Like the bigger the brain, the smarter the animal.
Right. That's kind of the classic view.
Yeah. But is that actually true?
Well, the article says not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Brain size is definitely part of the equation. Like, we humans have these really complex brains, lots of folds and wrinkles and all that.
Lots of wrinkles. Yeah.
But evolution isn't just about getting bigger brains.
Right. So like a bigger brain doesn't automatically mean.
Doesn't automatically mean smarter. It's about, how efficient the brain is, how well it's adapted to that animal's specific niche.
Okay. Okay. I see. So like a smaller brain can still be super powerful if it's like really good at what it needs to do.
Precisely, like a specialized tool.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of leads us to like some specific examples because in the article you highlighted a bunch of different animals
Yes.
and like I was really interested in the part about primates.
Ah, yes, our close
Oh,
relatives.
right, like chimpanzees using tools, bonobos with their like crazy social skills.
Mm.
Are those like considered different types of intelligence according to the article?
They are. The article actually talks about something called technical intelligence.
Technical intelligence.
Yeah, which is basically the ability to use tools to solve problems, to kind of manipulate the physical world around you.
Okay.
Chimps are like the poster child for that.
Right, yeah.
But then it contrasts that with what it calls social intelligence, where it's all about navigating the social world.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and bonobos are like the masters of,
Bonobos, yeah.
complex social hierarchies, cooperation, even deception. All of that requires a different kind of brain power.
Wow. It's like their social world is like its own puzzle.
Exactly.
Got to figure it out. So, okay, primates, land-based, obviously. But then there's this whole other world of like oceanic intelligence.
Right.
And I got to say, that part really blew my mind. Like dolphins,
Yeah.
right?
Incredible creature.
They can recognize themselves in mirrors.
It's amazing.
What does the article say about what that means, about their sense of self?
Well, mirror self-recognition is often seen as a sign of self-awareness, which is, a pretty high-level cognitive function.
Yeah.
And it's not just dolphins. The article also mentions whales
Whales, yeah.
and their complex vocalizations, which can be passed down over generations.
Whoa.
So that suggests a capacity for cultural transmission, which is, another hallmark of intelligence.
So they're like teaching each other,
Oh.
passing down like whale knowledge. That's so wild. Okay, but moving on. We can't talk about animal intelligence without mentioning my favorites, the brainy birds.
Ah, yes. Corvids.
Corvids, crows, ravens, those guys, they can like use tools, solve puzzles.
Yeah.
They can even like recognize human faces.
It's true.
It's incredible. Like they're basically mini Einsteins, but they've got these tiny little brains. How is that even possible?
Right. Well, the article uses corvids as like a perfect example of how efficient brains can be.
Okay.
They might be small, but they're packed with neurons, and they're highly specialized for the tasks that matter most to their survival.
So it's not about the size, it's about how you use it.
Exactly. And what's even more fascinating is that the article suggests that corvids and primates evolved tool use independently.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So two completely different evolutionary paths leading to the same intelligent behavior.
That is so cool. So it's not like This one ladder of intelligence. There are multiple ways to be smart.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for some feels?
Hit me with it.
Because the section on elephants,
Oh, man. Yeah.
their memory, their morning rituals, their social bonds. I mean, it's like they have a deeper understanding of life and loss than some humans do, I swear.
It really is remarkable, and that emotional depth is actually connected to their cognitive abilities.
Okay.
The article mentions how elephants have exceptionally large hippocampi,
Hippo what now?
the hippocampus.
Okay,
It's the brain region that's associated with memory.
gotcha.
And this allows them to remember individuals and locations for years, which helps them form these deep social bonds that are, essential to their survival.
So, like, those emotional responses that I was talking about, they're not just, like, random.
Not at all.
They're actually tied to some pretty complex stuff happening in their brains.
Exactly.
Wow, it makes you realize that intelligence is not just about, like, logic and problem solving, It's about emotions and social connections and memory. It's like a whole package deal.
It really is.
Okay, and last but not least, we got to talk about the weirdos of the animal kingdom.
Oh, you mean the octopuses?
The octopuses? I mean,
Yeah.
these guys are like straight out of science fiction.
Yeah.
Their nervous system is like totally decentralized. They can solve problems. They might even dream.
The article mentions that. Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's like they're aliens living right here on Earth. I mean, did the article offer any explanation for how they evolved to be so different, so smart in such a strange way?
Well, it speculates that their unique nervous system, where each arm can essentially think for itself.
What?
Yeah, that might be a key factor. It allows for incredibly fast reflexes. It allows them to solve problems in a way that we can't even really wrap our heads around.
Yeah.
It challenges our whole idea of like a central brain being necessary for complex thought.
It's amazing.
It really is. And the article even goes as far as to ask, could this be like a completely separate evolutionary path to intelligence?
Wow. It's mind-blowing to think that intelligence might exist in forms that we haven't even, like, begun to comprehend.
I know.
Okay, so, like, zooming out a little bit, after all these amazing examples, it makes you wonder, like, what drives the evolution of intelligence in the first place?
Right. What's the point? Well, the article points to three main factors:
Okay.
environmental pressures, survival needs, and the complexity of social interactions.
So basically, the more challenging the environment, the
Exactly.
more likely it is that, smarts are going to evolve.
It's like intelligence is nature's ultimate adaptation tool.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap up, like, what's the takeaway here for our listeners? Why should we care about animal intelligence?
Well, I think this deep dive has shown us that the world is full of brilliant minds, each adapted to its own unique niche. It it expands our understanding of what intelligence is, how it evolves, and what forms it can take.
Right. Like, maybe intelligence isn't just one thing.
Right. And it also reminds us that, we're not alone in our capacity for thought and emotion and problem solving.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe, just maybe, by studying these other intelligent beings, we can, learn a thing or two about ourselves.
Couldn't agree more.
That's a great point to end on, I think. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of animal intelligence.
My pleasure.
It was awesome. And listeners, keep exploring, keep questioning, keep your mind open to the wonders of the natural world. Who knows what else is out there?
Exactly. There's so much more to discover.
All right. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See you